Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. I know I am, right? So it's a great day. We're having a good day, all things considered. Thought I'd bring you another recipe today, something that I've been kind of working on and playing with that we've actually made it once before, not for video, but on our own. It was good, but we had some issues with it and it could be better, so we've kind of hopefully made it better. So we're going to try that recipe again. We're going to make an ube roll cake. Again, I've made a Swiss roll before and I did a video on it. And I'm trying to think, I don't know whether I did actually make a video on it. I know I've done it before. We did it for Christmas time, and at that time I wasn't on YouTube, right? So we didn't make a video of it. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, though, comment down below. It actually came out nice. It wasn't necessarily the prettiest, but it tasted great. I'm probably guarantee you that this is probably not going to be the prettiest either, but I'll guarantee you it's going to taste great, right? So, and I'm sure that if you have some baking skills like I don't have, you can probably make it look a lot prettier than I can. Hopefully, anyway. So my wife and I have been kind of playing around with it. Like I said, we made it once before. We made a couple of mistakes. We learned from our mistakes on that last one that we made. We've gone through and revised it and done a little better, hopefully this time. So we're going to do a couple of things. Hopefully you like the camera pointing down at the food versus watching me mixing it, so you can actually watch the food mix getting put together versus watching me do it and not really being able to see the food. So if you do like that better than just watching me, let me know in the comments down below so I know whether to keep doing it or whether you'd rather see me versus the food. I personally myself, I think the food is a much better subject and content. So also, hey, before we go too much further, can you give me a little thumbs up on this? I really like you to smash that button, really get the likes up. The likes up is how YouTube knows whether the video is being successful or not, and it's reaching out to people. So the more likes it gets, the more it will share with other viewers that are looking for similar content. So if you can, thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And while you're doing that, if you want and you want to enjoy the content and you want to see more of it, hit that little subscribe button down there, then that bell icon, so when the new videos come out, you see it. I'm going to try to put out 2 to 3 videos a week. And again, they may or may not be cooking. Some hopefully cooking. We will do some reviews. I'm going to be talking about some of the pitfalls that I've had on my journey with keto and low carb, and tell you some of the problems I've had, some of the things I've had to try to figure out over my own or through research and whatever else. I'm not gonna say I'm any expert by any means. I'm just some guy on the internet. I have been doing it for about 3 years, a little over 3 years now. Been pretty successful with it. I took my weight off that I needed to take off to become healthy. I was pre-diabetic, high blood pressure. Not anymore. I'm good. I'm trying to maintain health. I have my ups and downs, just like everybody else. But I try to stay positive. I know that if I screw up, that I'm going to just come right back from it and just go straight onto it the next day and continue on, right? So you're going to have those ups and downs. So with no further ado, I'm going to adjust the camera down so you're going to see me jostling with it a little bit, just to get it to point down, and then we're going to start with it. I want to try to get the angle right on it and everything else, so I'm going to pause it and I'm going to set the camera up, and then we'll see how it looks, and then we'll get started. Guys, I'm back. So this is hopefully a pretty good shot, so I'll try to, so I'm going to start off with 4 egg whites. I've separated my eggs from my yolk, so this is 4 egg whites. I'm going to put them in the mixing bowl, start off with. Then I'm going to take, this is a quarter cup of, I'm sorry, this is a quarter cup of sugar. This is, I'm using the monk fruit erythritol mix that Latana puts out, so that's what I'm using. So I'm going to put this in here. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to beat this until it's stiff and the egg whites are stiff. So I'm going to plug in my my mixer here. I'm not going to make you watch all this. I'll start it off so you can see it. but this is going to take a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it. We'll come back and it will be magically completed. All right, we're back, and I would say this is pretty good. It looks, you can see, pretty stiff in there. So we're going to take this and we're going to set this in the mixer aside for the moment. I'm going to set this off. And then we're going to take and we're going to start mixing our next ingredients that we have here. So you're going to see us. I'm going to start off by mixing together. This is the 4 egg yolks that that we separated the egg whites from. So we're going to mix that. We're going to mix. This is the almond milk. This is about 3/4 of a cup of almond milk. This is vinegar. So this is 1 tablespoon of vinegar. We're going to mix that in there. This is 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. We're going to mix that in there. Then we're going to mix these ingredients together. Once they're pretty well mixed together, we're going to mix in some, this is baking powder. This is, let's see, where's the baking powder? Oh, this is half a teaspoon of baking powder, I'm sorry. This is 3/4 of a cup of almond flour. This is a half a teaspoon of xanthan gum. This is going to help binding it all together and pulling it all together. We're going to throw in just a pinch of salt. Help give it some flavor and texture. We're going to mix this all in here together. Get off the sides here. Get it nice, fully incorporated. All right. All right, now we're going to make this purple. So we're going to add in the, this is ube extract. So we're going to mix the ube extract in there. And if you've never worked with ube, like I've never worked with ube, it's actually pretty dark stuff. So you want to be really careful about getting it on things. I'm going to put it in the sink just because of the drips. I don't want it on my counter. So I'm going to mix this in and get this to look like it's an ube. Now ube is, if you don't know what it is, it's a yam that's grown in Asia. It's actually really tasty. So now we have that all combined. Hopefully you can see what it looks like. It's nice purple. It kind of looks like dough, but purple. So next what we're going to do is we're actually going to combine the eggs into it that we just beat. I'm actually going to take this out. I'm going to set this aside so I don't get it on my counters again. And we're going to incorporate the eggs that we just made. And again, you don't want to stir this very vigorously. You want to kind of mix this generously, but very gingerly. no! I got a fly that flew into my food. Now it really looks nice and fluffy. Look at that. Oh man. Look at that. So the next part of this, I'm going to show you. I'm going to set this aside a little bit. We're going to pull the pan over here that I have set aside. Now, I take parchment paper and I put it in the pan. Hold on a second, I forgot something else. And parchment paper will help keep it from sticking to the pan so that we can roll it. But I'm also going to put a little grease on here, and I'm going to use, this is avocado oil. So now I'm going to spray a little avocado oil on here. This will really help it so we can get it off when it comes out. So we're going to put this into the pan. I'm going to set that on. I'm going to smooth this over. Again, this is like a really thin sheet cake type of a cake. Again, we want it nice and flat. We want it to roll. I will tell you that the mistake I made last time I made one of these was I left it in the oven a little longer because I thought it would take longer for my oven to cook it, because generally my oven does cook things a little longer, it seems like. But it was too much and it didn't come out good. It was too stiff, so when you tried to roll it, it just broke into the segments, so it didn't roll like a roll. Again, any spots you see that are bare in the pan, you want to try to get it so it's nice and even. And try to knock it down a little bit. All right, so from here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it in the oven. It tastes pretty good. I'm going to pop it in the oven. I'm going to let it go about 20 to 25 minutes. At 20 minutes, I'm going to check it to make sure. Last time I let it go 30 minutes because I thought for sure it would need longer, and it was a big mistake. So it didn't come out good. I mean, it actually tasted good, but it didn't roll good. So for the sake of this video, we're going to let this go in there for about 20 minutes. We're going to check it at 20 minutes. And hopefully we'll let it cool for about 10 minutes, and then we'll try to roll it. So I'm going to put this in the oven, and then I'm going to stop the video for a minute, clean up this mess for the cake. We're going to get the next phase. We're going to get the frosting out that we're going to use to put in the inside of it. And we'll go through how making that is and what that looks like. And hopefully you can follow along with that while this is going on. And then by the time we get done with the frosting, this will be done and ready to be put on, and then we'll go into the next step after that. So let me throw this in the oven. Put the timer on 20 minutes. All right, let me clean up my mess, and then we'll come back and we'll make the frosting while that's cooking. All right, guys, we're going to make the frosting now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this together. It's pretty simple. This is 7 ounces of cream cheese, full fat cream cheese. I'm going to put that in a bowl. I'm going to mix that in there. This is about a 1/4 cup of sugar substitute. I'm going to use allulose in this part of it. And then this is 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. I'm going to put that in there. And then this is one teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to dump that in there. So it's all in there. And then we're just going to mix it with a beater, mix it all up. Make sure the cream cheese is at room temperature. Otherwise, it has a really hard time mixing. So it makes it so much easier when you do that. That's looking pretty good. Now to me that looks pretty good. You can see that it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take about a third of this out and put it into another bowl. Part of it is going to be, we're going to do a frosting in the inside of the cake, and then we're going to do a little bit on the outside of the cake. So we're going to take a little bit of this and we're going to use it on the outside. It's nice and fluffy. Again, this is really, really easy to make, so if you want to make more of it or double it or whatever, you can. Then what we're going to do with this here is we're going to actually take this and we're going to incorporate, I have some shredded coconut in here, so you can see what it looks like. We're actually going to incorporate the shredded coconut into the frosting on the inside. It will really give that coconut flavor to it. It will really make it taste good. Really make it feel like a coconut ube cake. So we're gonna, again, incorporate that. Again, if you don't think this is enough or whatever, you want to make more of this, you can easily double this recipe and make twice the frosting. So it really all depends on how much frosting you want on the cake, in the cake. And you know, once we get the inside of the cake done, we'll see how it looks. And if I need to make more frosting on the outside to decorate the outside, it's really, really super easy to do. So the coconut's all incorporated into here. So now we are going to wait for our cake to be done. We got another couple of minutes, and the cake will be out. We're gonna have to let it cool for a few minutes. I'll show you what the cake looks like when it comes out, and then we'll talk about decorating it. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the stove. So that's what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna actually pull that over onto the cooling rack for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna actually try to put the frosting in the middle here and try to roll this little thing up. So looks good. Looks like a nice ube cake. It looks nice and moist. It looks really super soft. So I think it's gonna roll good. At least I hope it do. I hope it does, I should say. So we'll come back in a few minutes and see what that looks like. All right. So the cake's all cooled down. I shouldn't say it's cool, it's warm, right? So it's warm to the touch. We did transfer it, my wife and she helped me. We transferred it to a bigger baking pan. We put saran wrap underneath it. We're gonna use the saran wrap in a minute because we're gonna put it in the refrigerator. But I wanted to put it on here just to make it easier to roll. I'm going to start by putting the frosting on the top. We're going to start spreading that all out. Yeah, like I said, you know, you can make more of this frosting because you can make this frosting as thick as you want and however you want. You just got to make sure that you're adding more to it. That you got to kind of recalculate your macros for this thing. So. Now comes the most difficult part of this whole baking experience. Looks like enough. So we're going to get as much as we can here. Now we saved some for the outside. Like I said, we're gonna decorate that. So now we're gonna try to roll this thing. Like I said, this is probably for me is the hardest part, to get it to look like a roll instead of kind of coming out flat. I actually think I'm gonna switch it to this side here. We're gonna start rolling this up. All right, once we get going, it's nice and warm. Wow. So I think we have a successful roll. Like I said, we're gonna wrap this thing up because it's still warm and it's cream cheese on the inside of it. We're gonna put it in the oven. So, I mean, in the refrigerator. So you see what the inside looks like. It's pretty round, pretty nice. We want to keep it that way. So we're gonna, take this and we're gonna put it on a nice platter. I'm going to put this on the platter. It's still really super soft, so you want to be really, really careful when you're handling this thing. So we're going to put this in the refrigerator. We're going to let this sit in the refrigerator for about 15-20 minutes. Then we're going to come back and then we're going to decorate the outside of it. But so far, this to me was the hardest part right here. Of course, the decorating will make it look pretty, but this actually looks really amazing. I will tell you, I tasted the frosting and I've tasted a piece of the cake already. So I'm just hoping the combination of the two is really, really outstanding. So again, I'll come back once I take this out of the refrigerator. We'll decorate the outside of it. We'll go through a taste test and then through the macros. All right? All right, guys, this is the ube cake. It is nice and soft and spongy. Oh my goodness, I'm kind of would like to take a bite right now. So to decorate it, what we're going to do is I'm going to take, this is coconut flakes. I threw them in my Ninja blender and I ground them down to a really fine kind of like powder. So we're going to take these and we're going to turn them nice and purple. So we're going to take a little bit of the ube extract that we have. And we're going to pour a little bit in here. There isn't much left of this. So hopefully we have enough to make this work. So I'm going to kind of mix this up. We're going to take this coconut and we're going to turn this coconut purple, hopefully. So as you're mixing it up, you'll see it starting to turn more and more and more. Right. But you gotta kind of really pack it down and nice purple thumb. Hey, some people have green thumbs, some people have other colored. I have purple. All right, so this is a half a cup. It's actually a quarter cup of the ground up coconut flakes. So we're gonna take this, and remember the filling that we took. We're actually gonna take this and we're actually gonna spread it. I'm hoping there's enough of this as well. We're going to put a really thin layer on it, just enough to get it covered. It's kind of like frosting a cake. I guess it is. It's a roll cake. R. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of the coconut. We're gonna kind of sprinkle it around on the top of it. I'm gonna spread it around a little bit just to kind of get it to cover. I'm gonna pat it down. I want it to go into the frosting. I don't want it to smear the frosting. And what you can do is kind of take, and that's why I kind of took this up here, kind of hopefully could pick up what's on the sides here and all right, I think we're getting close. All right, we are I think we're done. This is the ube cake. Maybe I could have covered it up a little bit better. No, we'll see. But I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. You know, like I said, I think I could have made maybe a little more on the top and covered it up a little bit better. But let's take a knife out. We'll do a taste test. So I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way. Oh, I'm going to get a fork as well here. Which end do I want to do? So this is the final result. So what do you think? I'm going to put it on the plate. I'll show you what it looks like. I think it looks really, really good. I think it came out pretty decent. Show you the end here. And show you the end result inside. So really, really good. The only thing I'm gonna throw back here is, sorry about that, guys. The battery died on the camera. so I don't know how much we got of that. So I'm gonna taste test it again. I can tell you I did it once already. It's really, really yummy. Look at that, nice taste. That's really, really good. So just real quick, like, I had to plug my camera in, so it's charging while we're talking. Hopefully we're recording this. So the ube cake is about, total carbs is about 3.5 carbs, fiber is about 1.5, fats 20, protein is 6, net carbs is 2, total calories is about 235 per slice. I'm gonna tip the camera up here so you're gonna see me moving the camera. So hopefully you don't mind that. So I just, hey, if you like this stuff, what I would like you really to do is give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you'd like to see more of this stuff. We're actually talking about, because we got a holiday coming up, about making the pond set. I know we've been talking about it for a while, but we've got a holiday coming up, so we think we're going to do that for the holiday, as well as this is a great holiday treat as well for that weekend. So we're getting ready to do that. Hey, again, like, subscribe down below, hit that little bell icon, and you know, let me know if you have any questions, any suggestions, anything that I can help you with. What else you'd like to see? I'd really like to then make you guys happy and want to come back and see more and more. So hey, remember, you guys are awesome, and have a great day, and we will talk to you soon.